Oh, I'm in here. Cool. So where do you want to, which red carpet you want to use?
We are in the back at a table, so it looks like an award ceremony. Me and Trey.
Nice. Bangers. Wrong back. Going to the other side. um. Oh, imagine running to every side.
Yay.
Yeah.
Showtime.
Showtime. That's what I'm talking about. I'm about to get the
Yep,
other.
let's get rolling.
About to get. About to get the other. Get rolling. Should we get rolling? I just got to change the party settings just to change my voice to be shared. So then we're good. Allow. Done. Cool. Let me just pull this up. All right. So let's start off with our special edition of the 6GL award ceremony. You got Coach Nate. We got 5 World. A lot of you know through the community. XO Trey. That's at XO Trey. We also have O_O Rich. Rich the Glitch. Let's go. Let's get him up in here from Deathstroke. And we
Yes,
just
sir.
kind of
Over
want
here.
to go through just a quick kind of process of our award nominated players. I mean, we kind of want to create this event. A lot of players, there was a few players at a concert tonight, a few players that couldn't make it out, but we just like to just go that management kind of stepped out on a lot of the voting processes. Like we put our mind in at the end, but we took our votes. We told Optima GLG, who's not a part of the league, to put in his 4 nominations for each position. We also had asked Dead Shadow, who doesn't have a team, who doesn't play in 6GL, but is one of the management in 6GL, to make the votes this way. He has no ties, so he put in his. We also had ICYGRL put in hers, and we also had my impact at the end, just to kind of go through the stats, grind down, go through some streams, and kind of really see who deserves the final award. So I'd like to start off with our playoffs MVP. I mean, it was a tough fought process. They played till about like 4 a.m. in the morning, I think it was, Eastern time, but TST got the win, and congratulations TST, and TST Create averaging pretty much a double-double the whole entire playoffs. Takes home a $50 USD PSN card. Congratulations TST Create. And then I'd like to kick it off with our nominations for Owner of the Year. So when it comes to Owner of the Year, I mean, I take this award very personally. Like, I really, really look towards the Owner of the Year. I mean, what I look for is I look for the least amount of roster changes. How many people do you have on your roster? Have you made any changes? Are the same consistent players coming out? I'm queuing into your streams. How's the communication going? What are you doing to get your players noticed? Are you putting any highlight mixtapes out? Were there thank yous done at the end of the season? Are you guys going into matchup chats if you can't make the available matchup? Are you guys letting the teams know? Are you keeping consistent communication? These are all the things that come in line with Team Owner of the Year. I mean, it's something that I'm very passionate about, being a team owner of Most Wanted for 2.5 years, who rebounds, Sir Rebounds has since taken over the Most Wanted team. I'm very passionate about this award. So with the 4 nominations, I'd like to come in with number 1. We got Trill, ADB from A Different Breed. We also have King Cap from Good Vibes Only. We have Fully Gaza from Unruly Gang. And we have Coach Nate from 2K Impact. And just a little bit of a drum roll. Without a doubt in my mind, I go through the analytics of the Twitter. I go through their Twitter feeds, bios, everything to see what they're up to. Coach Nate, congratulations for getting Owner of the Year for Season 2. That's going to 2K Impact. Congratulations, Coach Nate. And you be an owner of the year. I mean, you've put a lot of time into it, well-being management in 6GL, well running the bad apples in WR, well doing your little bit in ADB and helping things go over there. I mean, you've put a lot of time and a lot of effort into it. I don't know how you do it, man. So, I mean, tell me your secret.
I had a good leadership committee. I think I first off, this award is not possible without having captains on your team and people that I never had to say they were captains; they just kind of were. And we had we had a really good point guard in Bilo 77, and Bilo's
Coach Nate
a really good PG,
representing
but he's also a better
ADB,
leader,
emoji
and he's a
lion
guy that
face.
I think you could see owning a team one day and running it really really smoothly and really really well. Um, he's a guy that I went to for a lot of input for a lot of different stuff. It goes to people like Scooter, who has been a staple with me since 2K17, and somebody that is very innovative, very willing to do whatever to help the team, but also he sees a lot of different things and he has a very good voice. And I'm really excited for them to be kind of recognized for this. But it also takes role players, and we had everybody plays a role. I would say we had 7 role players. I wouldn't say we had we didn't even get to the 8 mark, which is the cap limit.
Hmm.
And we had 7 guys that play roles, no role bigger than the other. And we were able to turn that into a good bit of success. And I saw Money 2 Raw play 1 through 5 this year in league games. I saw Cold Shot when coming off the
Hmm.
bench to come in and start very pivotal and key games.
Hmm.
And I also saw him be the starter for both games. I've seen Ryan Flores, who we added kind of in the late season piece. He was
Hashtag
able to.
6GL squad.
He is a 6GL management member, and I'm Ryan was a huge piece for us to add late, especially with I think the it really goes to character and integrity. And man, these guys, I'm talking a lot, but
Hmm.
that award is not won without my team. And I
Hmm.
mean, this is a team award. It's not a me award. So
Congratulations,
I'm
guys.
very
Congratulations.
happy to win owner of the year, but it's a team of the year award in my mind. So
Heck yeah, heck yeah. So I'd like to just move on and just say, you know what, Nate, we appreciate everything that your team brought forth to the 6GL season. It was great, and congratulations to everybody on the team. I'd like to just move on to the VIP, the very important person of the year, which is our outreach social media award engagement. And we got 4 people up onto that one. We got Trill from ADB, a different breed. We got Slim, which is now Slim Harden from a different breed. We have Sir Rebounds from Most Wanted. We have Money to Raw from 2K Impact. We have Louis V from TST. And we have Exhibit from Unruly Gang. So I'd like to just go with the quick drum roll. We had nominations here, and without a doubt, Outreach Social Media Award will definitely go to Trill from a different breed. His posts are getting 30 retweets, 20 retweets on average. Definitely, congratulations on the very important Person of the Year award. And
I
Coach
think I
Nate,
can say too. Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, being a part of ADB, Trill's kind of like an unsung hero in a lot of ways. The way that he operates, but I mean, he does a lot of. You look at the organization that he's got. He's got 4 or 5 different chats that
Mm-hmm.
are very centralized and focused for the teams. We have a chat that is built for retweets, likes, and social engagement, and it's also Trill is an extremely sociable person. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
there are a lot of people, but he's also very, he's very decisive. He wants to go, hey, I need this person here. I need this person to leave. I need this person to be. He's very good about leadership, but he's also extremely talented when it comes to making things happen in the community, making things happen. He was a
Definitely.
great ambassador for 6GL. They always talked us up very, very high in
Mm-hmm.
ADB, and They were very active in our league. In fact, I think they had the second most games recorded in the league.
How's
And
it
I mean, you're talking
going?
about just a team that
Mm-hmm.
one, he ran the team. It's very similar to my situation. I guess, empathize with that. But also, he had just had a huge role this year in community engagement, social engagement, and yeah, I mean, his social media, does a lot.
Awesome. Awesome. Trill, without a doubt, definitely. I mean, even before a different breed, I mean, I think it was like 2.5 years ago we had come across each other about one thing that you had started. I think it was 24K maybe. Yeah, I think that's what it was, and that was very successful. Trill's since moved on to a different breed, and once again successful. Obviously knows what he's doing, and the clan members that are involved are very positive environment, very professional environment. I'd like to move on to the next award, which is the Defensive Player of the Year award, which was it was a very hard pick for us. So I mean, it came down to watching streams, but it also came down to watching stats. And this is going to be our dual award, our only dual award that we're actually going to give this year because it was hard to pick. I'd like to start off with the players who were here for Defensive Player of the Year nominated, which was I'm Here, I'm Ready, Exhibit, Devmatic, Scooter, and VI Neighborhood. I'd like to drum roll because this is a weird award because I mean these two players I think both deserve it. I think one didn't show up so much on the stats board because they were switching so many positions all season. But if you watch the stream, there was no way like best pit lat lane. You couldn't get best lane stealer in the game. That's it. So, Devmatic averaging 3 point steals a game, averaging the most steals in the league throughout the season, having 11.1 points per game. Great season. Devmatic, Defensive Player of the Year. And Scooter, congratulations on your Defensive Player of the Year. You're the one who was definitely the best. You couldn't get anything backdoor on Scooter. I mean, Nate, you were playing on his team, man. It was crazy.
I
No
do,
backdoors,
and I
dude.
had to go against Dev a good bit
Oh, Dev
with
Dev showed up after the All Star
um,
game. I mean, I seen Dev just green lighting every game. Definitely an anchor coming out of the All Star game. I mean,
but yeah, I
defensively
mean,
and
and
offensively.
I think to kind of to be noted, our league giving a DPOY award, defensive player is a big deal, but it's neat because we did it away from kind of neither one of those are traditional lockdowns. I mean, there's two guys on a guy on Unruly Gang. When they got through with Unruly Gang, he was not necessarily their primary lock at times. I mean, you could have seen him in a corner being on the offensive build, or you could see him there, but he kept putting up defensive stat after defensive stat, and it really kind of it showed in the end. And then you look at Scooter. Scooter played three different positions, including, I mean, he was on a two-way finisher at one point, kind of played a secondary lock, and then he dropped off to a play five and was getting steals on a playmaking five out of the corner. And then you see him. I mean, he played the five at times. He played 5, 4, and 2 basically for the majority of the season. And yeah, I mean, I've said it once. I've said it 100 times. I don't think there's anybody that plays passing lanes better than he does. And playing with him made me better about reading passing lanes. And I've been able to connect with a bunch of really good defensive players in my life on this game. And I would say he is definitely right up there with his lane reading ability.
Yeah, most definitely. And just to not be long winded here, let's go to Sixth Man of the Year, and let's go into this award because I believe the Sixth Man of the Year award was most looked at upon a few players, and I mean, it comes down to all right, how many games did they get in through the season? I mean, some teams came into the season late. They didn't have the advantage that other teams did when you had the first week. Maybe they came in the second week. We were still accepting a few teams here or there, and they didn't have the advantage that other teams did to get as many games as they could in. But they still had that winning percentage to get them into the playoffs. So, without a doubt, I mean, I watched this player throughout all of the playoffs. I mean, I watched a few of them. I mean, one being here actually right now, which is Oh Rich.
Yes, sir.
Another one being I'm here, I'm ready. Who was doing very great all playoffs. I mean, double doubles throughout the playoffs. Quite a few of them. I'd like to just lead it off with saying I'm here, I'm ready. Gets the Sixth Man of the Year award. Congratulations on your Sixth Man of the Year award. I'm here, I'm ready, and you have your main man here, Oh Rich from the team.
Yes, sir.
Deathstroke, who also you guys just clinched the. You guys weren't first place. You guys were second place, but you guys did end up taking the whole Eastern Conference Finals game, so to move on to the finals. So, I mean, congratulations. The process. I mean, you guys playing through the playoffs and some of the teams that you played. How was the competition? Did you guys have any games where you guys had to make adjustments? Where you guys had to sit down and say, "Hey, listen, we need to do this, this, and that to get you to where you needed to get."
Yeah, I think. Oh, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
I guess the only one that really comes to mind to mainly is the championship game, which was, I guess, which is different than the fact of like what we normally when you say like making adjustments throughout the whole league. But I just could really remember the championship game and playing that West team. All the adjustments that they forced us, their style of play was so different that it actually made us have to adjust and say, hey, look, stop being so aggressive here and do this. And hats off to them. They played a really, really good game.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I noticed like too as well. You guys were playing Renegade. I think you guys took one loss against them, but you guys finished them off pretty quickly.
Yep.
Um, that dude on the other team, I mean, he had a green light, but you guys adjusted to the situation where Most Wanted, in the first two games, wasn't able to adjust to that situation. I mean, coming out and taking the first L in that game, and then coming out to the next few games and taking the series. What adjustments did you guys make in order to shut down the point guard?
Most wanted had the guy. I think they ran the guy who was he was a really good shooter. They had a good shooter on the team, and so
Hmm.
what we did was we had a rebound and Wayne was chasing him,
I
and
mean,
the
you were facing
adjustment
you were
was
facing you were facing Renegade. Sorry, Most Wanted was the team that faced Renegade before you guys.
okay. Renegade. Is that team we played right before the championship?
Yes.
It is, yep.
Okay. So when we played them the first game that they stole from us, we had a guy who was coming in and he wasn't familiar with how we was running. He was just on our bench, and so it was hard for us to make to get him up to speed of what we were going to do and how we were going to play them because we scouted them and we knew if we put if I was to able to defend that shooter who was coming off raps and everything with my point guard, I could just keep the speed and keep it tight on him and
Hmm.
force him to be, instead of being like a shooter, force him to be more of a slasher. And if he beat us flashing, then it's nothing we can do about that.
Hmm.
But so we just had to take something from them and go from there. And after we adjusted, it was just who had the most horses in the stable after that, honestly.
Push for momentum. Who's
Yeah,
winning
yeah.
the momentum race? That's what it
Yeah,
is at that
I
point.
think 2K momentum is pretty much the biggest thing,
Oh
honestly,
yeah,
in 2K.
definitely. Well, yeah, guys, congratulations. Congratulations. I'm here. I'm ready. And I know Coach Nate. He's our main interviewer on here. And I mean, Rich, now that we have you on the show as a player, I mean, your team's very professional and stuff. I'd like you and
Y'all
Nate just
had
to pick
us
it up a
on
little bit.
our heels for
All right.
game two for sure. We had to make our own adjustments and step up after that.
Sorry, can you repeat that
Well,
back?
Okay, hold on one
I was
second,
doing.
guys. I got a comment here in the stream. I don't usually go into the comments, so I'm gonna go to the comments because I just heard this. He said, "Y'all had us." This is from Coach J 2K from TST. Y'all had us on our heels for game two for sure. We had to make our own adjustments and step up after that. It was a great series.
Them, they definitely played a really good series, and I mean, I would love to replay the series, obviously because we lost, but
Next season,
nah,
yeah.
next season, yeah, we definitely got our eyes out for them now that they, we got a team that we can be gunning for, and one that definitely is, they got 100% of our respect and our attention. So, TST, I hope y'all better not fall asleep on us because we're coming.
All right, go on, Coach Nate. My bad. I like that comment that was dropped.
Well, I think if you're talking about TST versus Deathstroke, man, you just got to look at the whole thing, and we just sit there and I just to be fair, I mean, we talked about on the finest show before the whole postseason started. Those were the big two teams. I mean, those were the two teams to watch from both sides. I mean, and
Mm-hmm.
Deathstroke, man, I mean, Rich, bro, you've had tons of experience, whether it be TPO, WR, whatever leagues. I mean, I've played against you in multiple leagues on different teams, not just with Impact. I mean, I played you with ADB when I was running with
Yep, yep,
them. I've played you in some draft tens, I think, at one point. I don't, but what my point is that there's just so many different people playing so many different leagues, and I think it's such a big deal because TST has a little bit of. It's not even about getting clout or getting a name. They're putting work in, and
Mm-hmm.
yep,
you see that work, and you see that traveling out there, and then it's the
yep,
same for for Deathstroke as well. And with us being we were a free league last year. We wanted to just kind of just test the waters, really, but we
yep,
want to provide a pool of people just to play. I mean, it's just a league to play. But I mean, if you look at what we did this year, what we were able to do, kind of in review, we had an all-star game this year. We had a full season league. We added and dropped teams. We dropped teams that were, inconsistent. We added teams that were going to get their games in and did get their games in. You look at Joker, ADB, and organized crime, man, they were right on the heels of being qualified. You look at Godlike and Quay, they, I think, actually would have been qualified, but there was some technical issues, stuff like that. There's a lot of really, really good teams in this league. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
really good teams in this league, and
Great
it
potential.
translates on into TPO and WR.
Mm-hmm.
But and obviously there are levels to this, man. It's we're not at RDG, we're not at self-taught, we're not at farewell level, we're not at ascension level, not quite there. But it doesn't mean we wouldn't play them either. You know what I mean? Like, and it's one of those things where I think consistency-wise and seeing what we have wise, this is a really good, it's a good mid-level comp area. It's a very great introduction to comp, and I think that's something that we can hang our hat on and be proud of. And to watch those two teams compete, I don't think you watched really good basketball. I mean, that was
yeah.
the final game went to overtime, and
Yeah.
it was neck and neck the entire way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had no complaints. I mean, coming in the streams, the professionalism from both teams was great. Congratulations once again to TST. I just kind of want to go into the next awards here because I know everybody's got their games and stuff to get to. So we're gonna move on real quick. We got the Sniper of the Year award. We have four people actually. One, two, three, four, five picks. The five picks were made by Optima. One of them was added in by Optima and I believe one other person who was on our finest show last time. But going with the first one is 60% he shot from the three line with 26 3-pointers made. We have Jay Torrey with a 63% from a different breed with 24 field goals made. Fully Gaza with 63%, 23 pointers made. Field goals, 3-pointers, sorry. Money to Raw, 62%, 18 3-pointers made throughout the season. Coach Nate with a nice 71%, 17 field goals made this season. Going down to the percentage, Coach Nate, 71 percentage, amazing percentage. You couldn't ask for a better percentage from anybody. I mean, you did take a lot of threes, you did score a lot of points, you had a great end out to the season. I mean, stats wise, I mean, amazing end of the season, and watching you play was a great difference from the All-Star game. I seen everybody come out to the All-Star game, and after the All-Star game, I mean, I watched all of you guys play, every single player exhibit, all of these players had an increase in their game after coming out to the All-Star game. It was like they were on fire. It was crazy. So, you guys all shot really well. What it comes down to is it comes down to the difficulty of the shots. Jay Torrey, Fully Gaza, being that, that point guard mentality, shooting guard mentality. Great season. I mean, ending with 63%, 24 being at a point guard or a shooting guard is absolutely amazing. Money to Ross switched up his positions quite a few times while playing, a lockdown build and shooting still 62% with 18. Great season. It comes down to, for Sniper of the Year, the difficulty of the shots that were taken. That's without a doubt. We're going to be giving the Sniper of the Year award to 5 Trey at XO Trey on Twitter. Reason being the difficulty of the shots this guy made. I mean, if you watch any stream, I mean, you watched his combine play. I mean, the guy is literally a shooting guard dog. He takes the difficulty of the shots that a point guard is taking on the court. Congratulations, Trey, on being Sniper of the Year for seasons 2, and Coach Nate, take it away.
Well, I mean, we have Trey here. I think let's, we can let him speak for himself on this, but I think, man, I played against him. I was lucky enough to play with him on the All-Star game. He was on my team. Something that's crazy is, when you have a Sniper of the Year where people, you could shoot a lot of shots, but you got to be accurate. And something about Trey, man, that I really admire is he's not just a chucker. You know what I mean? Like, he's not just chucking up random shots. He is consistently, if the shot's not there, he's going to find a pass and dot you. And if it's not, if that's not there, if he has even the slightest window, it's a pop. It's an instant green. We witnessed it firsthand. I think our second game of the year, we had a 1-point win over Most Wanted, and he had 41, I think. It was just a backside ball. He was there. I mean, he was the guy that we had to slow down. Trey's a really good shooter, good player. But I mean, you're talking about a guy that his passing's underrated, his dribbling's underrated. Got open, knew how to shoot off dribble, knew how to shoot off catch. It was just, it was a total year performance of shooting.
Well said, Nate. I mean, Trey, you want to unmute that mic and speak for yourself, my friend, because you had a great season shooting. I mean, I played alongside you. Yeah, you definitely take the pressure off the point guard.
Yeah, like Coach Noel. I don't know how I do it though. It's just in my veins. Not gonna lie. You feel me? Point guard boxed up. I'm gonna get the ball and go to work.
The ice in your veins.
Different kind of ice tray right there.
Yeah, man. It ain't hard. I mean, it's not hard to me, cause I always enjoyed like even when I watch basketball in real life, I just love the shooting game. Like, I don't like the post, none of that. I just like watching people shoot. So I implemented that into 2K, and now see, I got the Sniper of the Year award.
Well, hold on. In the combine, let's go back to the combine. I mean, didn't you get triple teamed by me and a few others and still put 40 up?
Yeah. yeah.
That was green light. It's cheese. There was a few of us.
Yeah. It was green light, you, cheese, Nudini, and I forgot who the other person was, but y'all had a nice little squad though.
Yeah, you had a decent squad too, though. Like, no lie, but you was definitely dogging out there. That was a good game. Congratulations on the being the Sniper of the Year, Trey. I mean, that's a big award.
Appreciate that.
For any league. I'd just like to end it off here with our MVP for the season. Without a doubt, it's TST Create. He's awarded MVP for dominating the 6GL courts. On the stats, he's leading the league in points and assists all season. So, congratulations to TST Create, and congratulations to everybody else who have won the awards. I want to thank everybody for queuing into the stream, watching the stream, and I enjoy everybody the best of luck on future 6GL tournaments. And we'll catch y'all in the 2K Olympics. See y'all soon.